What you doing?
Standing here.
You know something?
What?
They broke a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know all that foundry shit we did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just go ahead and scratch that all out. It don't matter. It's useless. Like, seriously, it's all deprecated. Fun thing? The basin, I can turn into 2 regular basins. The foundry mixer, I can turn into 2 copper machines. The compressor, I can turn into 2 more copper machines. All those connected motors, I can turn each one into 2 andesite machines. So now I got like 24 of those ready to go. The fucking inverse gearboxes now turn all into gear shifts. The hand crank with a cog turned into 2 hand cranks. And my multimeter, I was able to turn back into 2 stressometers, which I separated into a speedometer and a stressometer.
Uh-huh.
So now we need to do a new way of getting all the molten shit.
By the way, in case he hasn't mentioned it, there's been updates, and that's why we don't have shaders on right now.
Yeah, they also broke that. So, fun.
Or at least now it's not, dark and gloomy down here. You can actually see something.
I prefer the dark and glowing. But yeah, so the whole smeltery thing is now a bust. So all that work we did for that is absolutely meaningless.
That still needs to run.
No, the compressor's gone. So
Oh,
all that was for
I thought the belt stopped. Never mind.
No. Which does mean we gotta answer the question. We can't do the compressor to get this stuff automated. How are we supposed to be making the chargy stuff? We can mix up flux crystals, apparently. That's now an option. That ain't it. How do we make Sky Solution now, damn it?
Let me look.
Sky Solution. Wait, no, that's still just mixing up the Sky Stone stuff. Oh, the liquid redstone. That's what we were needing. So, liquid redstone is now just charged in liquid. Just in a regular mixer. Instead of having to do all the compressing stuff. Okay then. So apparently we'll just run a regular mixer to get all that stuff done.
Why we can't just melt down redstone, I don't know.
Gotta put a charge into it for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Another mixer. Yeah, we'll use a mixer. So instead of having to do that, now we just do that. Yep. So that'll be how we do that. Now a liquid sky solution is again just doing the sky stone in the water, which we can still just do there for now, so that's fine. Now the bigger problem is we need to be able to make our molten metals to make our brass. Now the one difference is we should, yep, we get the molten copper and the molten zinc that are meant to make our molten brass in the Tinker's smelter. So instead of doing all that stuff here, we need to make a Tinker smelter. So, if you will be so kind, would you please go get like 3 stacks of fucking grout made?
Oh, yeah. You're not going to start with the little baby one?
No, we're not doing that.
Do me a
We need
favor.
tanky tank.
Do me a favor while I do this, because you can pour brass.
Hmm?
You can pour brass. But I don't see... You can pour it without having to do the blaze burner thing. But I don't think...
We don't need that anymore.
I think he took out the recipe, though.
For what?
For the alloying of the brass in Tinkers.
No,
I don't
you
see
just-
it.
No, molten brass, you go to alloy. Molten copper, molten zinc, molten brass.
Okay.
You just have to do it in the regular smelter. You can't do it in the foundry or the melt.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I was not seeing it for some reason.
Well, I'm looking at it.
Okay. Is it the same ratio?
Yes, 1 and 1 make 2.
It's not how you make brass, by the way.
No shit. So, I need a seared melter. So we're gonna have the seared brick and the seared fuel gauge, which is a bunch of brass and more seared brick. You can make up the grout, just put it in front of the bulk blaster. I'll be fine. Just gotta get the clay made up. Should have glass on me. Oops, wrong button.
Here's your
Shaders,
stew.
laggy as fuck.
Here's your 2 stacks of grout.
I do believe I said 3 stacks of grout. I also said throw them in front of the thing. Hang on, weird. Why'd you cook upstairs the blocks over there?
I didn't.
Sure you did. Sure, I'll put these. Yeah, something there. There's our bricks. Yeah, I love that bulk blaster.
No, I don't.
Why not?
It's one of the dumbest things added to fucking create.
What do you mean? It's all the nice cooking going.
Mm-hmm. Somebody heard about an air fryer and got excited.
Yeah, so it's a heater. We don't need that. Screw that crap. We need a seared fuel tank. Controller needs the seared melter. Needs the fuel gauge. That'll make the melter. I need and here. Wait, what's the casing? It's a copper case. So copper case sealed and melter will make the Smeltery controller. So controller, fuel tank. And we need. Like that doesn't work. Makes a faucet. How's the. There's a casting basin. There's a casty table. Basin, table, and the drain. How's the drain?
Usually at the bottom of the sink.
Here's the drain. So that's actually made with copper now, apparently. Two of those. And turn this crap into brick. Now, where the hell would we put this thing?
You got more bricks coming, by the way.
Yes, we can set it here. I can work around everything else. Man, that looks different.
Yes. Because you're supposed to pour copper on it now to make it vanilla recipes.
The heck kind of weird thing they wanted me to do here.
What do you mean?
Keeps popping up little freaking squares around the thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Extra fishy. Let me guess, he's got a trident. Let me go take a look at this. Oh, it's a witch. I don't have a trident. A lot of health, though.
Yep. Slot will attempt to fill the item. Fill. Alright. So that's good to go. Now, apparently, if we wanted to, we could make sky solution automatically. And then pipe that into that thing. And that's actually a better fuel than lava, apparently. For reasons. Lava is a one time and
your ass is on fire.
No shit. Just hardening my butt. And I get it nice and hot and quickly cooled off. So once I automate up the sky solution, I'll probably start piping it into there. Still need to automate the lava still. The thing, but
I gave you a thing.
Yeah.
Really?
What?
You stood still long enough for me to throw it at you, but not long enough for it to pop into your inventory.
So that is now how we can get our molten metals. particularly in question. We can take about a 10 and a 10. Melt that down into brass.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the issue is we need to be able to get this stuff out of here automatically.
Mm-hmm.
The other issue is, how do we want to get it out automatically?
Put a comparator right here. Technically, you don't have to do that. If you just put a redstone torch or a lever next to it, it'll pour whenever it can. It's not like the old one where you had to do that.
Yeah.
You just put a hopper underneath it, it'll pull it out.
Okay. Well, what I was talking about was the recipe sequence for the precision is going to be a brass nugget.
Mm-hmm.
So we need brass nuggets to come out of here, so we need a nugget cast.
Mm-hmm.
So bring me a nugget and a thing of gold. And a hopper. And a chest.
Trying. You need
A fork.
You know how bad my memory is. Could you leave out the nonsense you don't actually need? And slow the hell down a little bit.
Gold. A nugget of something. A hopper. And a chest.
Unless they change it, it should take 2 gold.
No, it says 1 gold.
Okay.
So we put in the gold. He's going to do a melty melt. Turn that off for a second. Put that. I can pull that out. I'm ready for it.
Nuggets in there.
I'll do that. Actually, that's going to be a hard problem. So if I put the zinc and the copper in here, they're not going to melt at the same time. So how the hell are we going to do this?
Technically, what you could do is pipe them out of here. Maybe. Also, that's not the same recipe.
What do you mean?
Unless you... Oh, okay. You had to put more back in.
It didn't have enough room. Shut up.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
It is pretty quick. If you keep it full, you shouldn't have to worry about it.
It's also pretty slow getting out of there like that.
Mm-hmm.
If I pour them out into a block, I could do the auto crafter.
Dude.
We'll make them into nuggets.
Seared duck. Filtered smeltery fluid input and output.
The hell, that would work.
Mm.
Doing that.
Okay.
Make me more brick. Never mind, I got more brick.
Mm-hmm. Been there, done that, thanks.
Well, I can't frickin' tell when you're actually gonna be useful.
Mm-hmm. Here. Here, you can get it right out of the controller, you dork. You
I gotta
apparently
fix that.
put that bucket back in after you are done
But
being
I
a
gotta
dork.
leave it here.
Okay, well, at least put it back in long enough for us to get this fixed since you're a dork. And
I
didn't
didn't
see
know.
that they added a bucket slot.
I thought that was for like the fuel.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I gotta leave that there. And then that should only let the brass out.
Well, throw some copper in and see what happens.
Yeah, who gets it?
I take it you now want me to move the hopper and chest and table over in front?
Yes.
There you go. Yeah, that works.
Yep. It stopped. Now, once the zinc melts and it turns into brass, it should start back up again. Yep. Alright, so now we just gotta feed copper and zinc into here. So is there automatic input?
You just pipe it right into the side of the controller.
Can I do that?
Mm-hmm. That's the way we always did it. Back in 1.6.4.
Well, this is different. Does that still work?
Well, if you shut up a second, we're going to find out. Why are you making a mess?
Making a belt.
How much can this hold? 216 ingots? Alright. There you go. There's copper going in one by one.
Okay, but does it work with the create stuff?
Even if it doesn't, you can put a hopper there. Yep, it works.
Okay, so then I just gotta funnel zinc and copper onto this belt to shove it in
In
there.
equal
Well,
mounts.
Yeah.
That's going to be your... Put another copper in there. That's going to be your main issue, is making sure you get them in there at the same...
I think I can do that with create.
Mm.
And if it doesn't, we can always just mess with it a little bit.
Alright, well...
Alright, so that'll make all kinds of brass needed.
Mm-hmm.
And I just gotta
Now,
pick that up to the new one.
you need to make
That
a new
one's
one of these.
Yes, you gotta make me 3 more deployers.
Mm-hmm. And we'll do the setup for the mechanisms in the next one, along with the new the crafter things. Yeah. See you guys then.
Later.
Also, if you're still here,
Mm-hmm.
let us know if you like it better in case they fix the shader issue with us having shaders on or off when we're inside. We can still turn them on when we go outside, but let us know which way you like it better. I like it this way better because you can see what you're watching. And Junior's all doom and gloom. Later.